This is a NEEWER low-profile ball head camera mount. So I was sent this to review for free, but if you wanted to purchase it, it would cost you $90. They haven't paid me for my review, so my opinions remain my own. Okay, in the packaging, we have the ball head mount itself, the quick release plate, and 2 different sizes of hex driver. So also packed into the side of the box here is a small little manual, and it basically has English instructions in the front, and then after several pages of that, it then has instructions in many different languages. So I believe this is a 3/8 mount on the bottom. It does not include a bushing for a 1/4 inch, so you will need a 3/8 inch tripod there, or your own bushing. So it comes with an Arca style quick release plate here. There's a nice little fold down gripper here on the screw. It comes with a protective covering there. So this has a push down clip, so basically you can push this in and snaps in place, push it down to release. So this ring around the base is the safety. So when it's twisted this way, you cannot release the quick release plate. When you untwist it and unlock it, then you can push this and that'll lift out again. So you can just push this in and snap in place and then lock, and it's not going anywhere. So the ball head has a place right here where you can allow it to rotate, or you can lock the rotation. It also has a nice little indicator with markings here, so you could rotate a very precise number of degrees if you wanted to. Now this is the lock for the ball head itself. It says pull outward, adjust the knob's angle. So you can adjust the angle just by pulling and adjusting it, and then if you just twist it as normal, it will unlock this. Now it does not spin an entire way around. It does hit this thing, and so you basically only need to turn it about 90 degrees, and so you can have it turning pretty easily, push it down and tighten it pretty well up there. So if you need extra tightness, you can pull it out, adjust, and do more like that. So loosened up, this guy rotates around very smoothly, and then 180 degree turn, and it's locked in place pretty darn well there. So you could loosen it more by flipping around, and now it's super loose. And the same way you can tighten it more by flipping around a couple of times. It does have a bubble level built in. You can only use the bubble level when the quick release plate is not in there covering it up. So let's go put this on a tripod. Alright, so here's a little carbon fiber tripod. I'm not going to extend the legs. It has a 3/8 inch mount there, fits into this guy here. Alright, so once this guy is screwed down, you can use this knob to rotate to any particular location. There is an indicator on it right there, and you can move that around the built-in number markings here for degrees, so you can set it to a very specific angle if you'd like. Now if you want to level the top here, you just loosen it up and then use this bubble level, and the bubble level seems to be very precise. There's no little high spots or anything. It basically has a very fine motion there. Once you get that bubble perfectly centered in the little thing, you can tighten it up. If you want to get extra tight, you can pull out and really lock that thing down. It has a little piece of rubber here. You can see that rubber compress and open up as you tighten this guy in. And then you just put your camera on with the quick release plate, snap that down all the way to make sure it's snapped, and then you can rotate this lock to make sure it doesn't come out. Now when I rotated that lock, it did rotate just slightly here. Let me tighten this down a little more. So I'm tightening that rotation quite a bit, and then I'm undoing and rotating the lock, and it's not moving at all. So I just didn't have that tight enough to really lock it down. Alright, so I appreciate the fact that this has the little pop-up spin it with your fingers leverage bar there. So it does include the large Allen wrench that you can put this in here and torque it down pretty darn well. But if you're not doing a super heavy camera, sometimes just finger tight's really all you need, and you don't want to hunt around for the Allen wrench. All right, I've torqued that down quite well, and this guy just fits right in there, and we snap it in place and then rotate to lock, and we have a lens up on this guy. So it says it's rated to 22 pounds, 10 kilograms. This whole setup here is only about 7 pounds. So let me just move it around a little bit. So if I loosen this up, you can easily point that anywhere you want to point it. When you want to lock it in place, I'm having to rotate this knob and flip it back in. I have it, easily movable here. Move this just 180 degrees, and that's pretty well locked in there. I don't know if I would be able to torque it much more than that. So basically, if you're willing to have it not be 100% free, just, a difference of 180 degrees there is very much locking this into place. So once you get this guy set where you want it, I don't think you'll need to be moving it much after that. You go down, you can rotate position, come up. You're pretty much locking it in place with 1/2 rotation there, maybe even a little less than 1/2 rotation. Now when I want to remove this, I can rotate the lock, push that down, just lift it off. So I am quite impressed with this guy. It works very well, it's extremely smooth, build quality is great. There's no real problems with it other than maybe the price. It does seem that the price is just a little higher than I think it should be for a ball head mount. That's a matter of opinion. So if you pay the price for this, you are certainly not going to be disappointed by the quality and feature set of what it does. But that would be my only complaint, is it might be a little bit pricey.